Have you ever heard the expression that no plan ever survives its first contact with reality? Well, it's not always true, but it is often true, and it doesn't mean that we shouldn't engage in planning. And I want to talk a little bit about simple business planning, which can apply to large corporations as well as small corporations and small sole proprietorships. So there are five key things that is in a business plan. The first thing is, what does the competitive situation look like? Or is there a market for whatever you're selling, and how competitive is that market? And if you're selling a food product, or you've got to realize you're competing against all other food products. As a for instance, if you're selling banking services, you're competing against all sorts of banks, including the ones on the internet. So you've got to look beyond your own scope of understanding and ask, where else could someone buy something very similar to what I want to offer, whatever good or services I've got. You've got to look at your budget. You've got to know how much it costs to do business, your fixed and your variable costs, because until you've sold enough to cover those costs, you're losing money. You've got to know what your funding is like and how much money you're going to need to pay off the things before you actually start making money. And is that funding going to come out of your own pocket? Are you going to be borrowing money from friends, family, venture capitalists, banks, whoever? And you're going to need to know, what is the sales process? How are you going to actually convince people through either marketing, which is letting people know about it, or the sales process, which is getting them across from an interested potential buyer to the point that they are actually buying something from you. And finally, you need to know, how are you going to deliver what you're selling? So you may have a great idea for a good or a service, and you may feel like it's a no-brainer, but you haven't really thought through how you're going to deliver it and how long it will take to produce it. And you really need to make all those plans. And, I don't always believe you have to have a written plan, but I do believe that engaging in the process of creating a written plan forces you to do the business planning. And you do the business planning, and you'll start to think about all the ways that things have to go in order to make yourself a success, make your business a success. And so, there's another old expression that I'll leave you with, and that is, plan the work and then work the plan. And if you can do that, then what's going to happen is, by working the plan, you'll know if you need to go back and do some replanning or go to plan B or plan C. But you definitely need a plan or the planning process in order to have the best chance of being successful to the dreams and goals that you really wish to achieve. So with that little simple business planning, thinking about it for the fourth quarter coming up, maybe it's time for you to review that. And I want to let you know that whether you're a small business or a big business, I will offer a business review of your business plan, and hopefully we can find ways that you can improve some things, and we'll affirm the good things that you're already doing. All right, we'll see you next time, and go out and hit home runs, because they're a lot more fun than singles, but singles will get you across the plate eventually.